basically 6 games played in the weekend Champions League. Won 2, lost 4. But yeah, like I said, it's not about the result. It's about having fun, enjoying enjoying success from both sides, really. Enjoying the success, see what the other player can do as well. And, giving your best, but at the same time, enjoying the ride. And just, take it one step at a time. Don't get carried away. Main thing is enjoying the oh, what a weak kick. Anyway, that's my fault. Should have just taken the ball and then blasted it. Taken possession of the ball and then blasted it, instead of just like pumping it automatically. Yeah, it's all about taking it as it comes, not overreacting. Hopefully that's not a red card, because that was close. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you can really have the best team in the world, but if you're not playing to their strengths, you'll lose. Guaranteed. And I'll keep going back to real life. It's like you could be like the best, whatever. But if you're playing, so if you're in a team that all they care about is something that's unimportant, you won't grow. And growth for people who realize that it's about learning. Life is about learning, personal development. It's actually that type of environment is detrimental to your well-being, literally. How do you distinguish the difference between having a good environment to thrive in and not so good environment? Well, we have a system inbuilt inside of us. A foundation's like it's like a pyramid. If you look at it from like a house foundation of a house, if you look at it as a pyramid, let's say you look at it as a pyramid, all the way in the basement is emotion. So if you're feeling bad or angry, even worse, it's like an earthquake. You know, and depends on your foundations, meaning it depends on the unimportant things in life, like walls, and depending on how well you've structured your life, that could all crumble because of emotion. Emotion is the killer for a lot of relationships. Emotion is good. Emotion is the fire. Emotion keeps you warm. It's, you know, it's vital to a family unit, or vital to any relationship. It's the passion that really ignites the fire and keeps everyone warm and happy, and you know, it's what really sparks the relationship at the start. It's fun. Emotion is sexy. The problem with emotion, though, is getting addicted to it. And once you know, someone gets addicted to it, it's like a drug. It's destructive because you just can't get enough of it. So you basically just thrive on, you know, that kick that you get out of being emotional, you know, top of the world type of feeling that it creates inside of your body, that if used in destructive ways, it's bad for both parties, the host and the receiver. So that's really in the foundations of your house. So it's the fuel to, no matter what you do in life, it creates. It's the fuel source. It's you know, it's something that burns very easily. On top of that, you have feelings. So the feelings feed off the emotion. So, you know, your feelings are bad. You're feeling bad about something. Why? It's because your emotions are deeply engraved inside of your subconsciousness. No one understands that. That's why it's called unconscious. You know, subconscious is unconscious. It's not something you can calculate or work out with science. You can detect it. You can detect, you know, the energy that there is there. There is something out there inside of you that feels like it's not you, because it really isn't. Um, it's. I got a feeling it's like a collective library that you know, that is open book, and that's where emotion is really. That's where emotion really derives from. You know, emotion is not something that's inherited, as in it's not something that you are. I don't see that it's something that you like can train yourself to have more of it. It's something that, you know, you can just pick up. So through experiences in life, you can generate more of it. You can't train yourself to have more of it. You have to actually have an experience to generate emotion. So people who are highly strung have a lot of emotion because they have experienced a lot in their lives. So it's like you generate emotion through life experiences. So people who have a lot of life experiences, bad or good or whatever, that, you know, generates a lot of, call it karma, but it's actually you're just storing a lot of stuff. And that's where emotion is, you know, if you can picture a person walking down into the basement with a massive bag on his back, carrying a lot of emotion. It's not easy. It's heavy. No matter how good or bad it is, doesn't. Being emotional. Sorry, emotions are not. They don't have polarity as such. They're negative and positive. They're all. They're all they've all got the same amount of power. So obviously the negative is more destructive, because that's just you need negativity to create and to destroy. You know, and you also have positivity. So the reason why I say you have to have a negativity to create is because negativity destroys. So if destroys as in it melts. It's a enzyme, or it's a I feel like it's a it's a transformer. It's like a warning device. It warns you like, hey, this is about to change. So negative energy serves a purpose of pushing the positive creative side of a person into making things happen for the better. So you can't have positive energy and not have negative energy. So when the guy's walking down into the foundations of his home, and you call it baggage, and storing all this emotion, what he's actually doing is he's putting it away for future time, so then he can open it up and try to understand in one day. But for now, he's too busy to work it out. He's storing it, so when he has more time, he will get onto it. And then years later, he just sits there dormant until a particular little emotion triggers something else, and all of a sudden it's like an explosion of energy that's been stored for years, neglected. You could just blow out the whole house. You could restart his whole life, and it could change everything. So it's always that's the reason why it's always good to have an open book as much as possible, and not hide in the basement with all of that emotion, because it's not easy. It's not easily managed. Because it's anything that's explosive, anything that's super reactive, you lose control of it. You just have to watch it burn. So yes, emotion can be destructive if it's been stored for a long time. The longer it is, the worse it gets. So it's always better to check it. Don't have to open every don't have to open every. Oh, he quits. I don't know why he did that. It was the end of the game anyway. So there you go. That's emotion right there. So he had no control over that. He actually, more than likely, he used his emotion, but not for the positive, for the negative, which is the negative thing is quitting, which is not GG. It's more like running away from his problems. He's obviously not enjoying what he's doing in his life, like his life the last 10 minutes. I've been there, done that. That's the reason why I know. So It looks like Gareth Bale would be the man of the match with 8.1 rating. Again, man of the match. And he didn't have much luck. His best player, Kylian Mbappe, got injured. So that built up his emotion. So he was storing it all away instead of dealing with it during the course of the game, and instead it all became too much for him. Just want to check this goal. So you have a look at Gareth Bale. He missed 2 or 3 good chances. I could have sealed the game a lot earlier. Instead, I acknowledged that he wasn't scoring as many goals as he should, but he also put himself in the position to score. So instead of blaming him for not scoring, I encouraged him to get into those positions again. So if he wasn't in that position, he would never have the opportunity to actually miss or score, or even have the opportunity to actually have a chance of scoring. So instead of me saying to myself, he missed, I'm going to sub him out, he's actually creating gaps and holes in that defense, and actually working through his work rate, he gets himself in positions to actually have that opportunity. So instead of encouraging negative feedback, find a way for a positive feedback where instead of him shooting, for example, I could have made a decision instead of him shooting because he's missed the last 2. I could have had the opportunity to, let's say, pass to the other striker and he would just easy tap in. So that's the philosophy of changing a mindset to always think positive, because at the end of the day, if there wasn't any passion and emotion, you wouldn't be here yourself. Through positive emotion, you've come to life yourself. So if it was negative emotion, you would never be born. So if you continue with positive, the way you start, the way we all started our lives, which is through positive energy, we should, if we continue that pathway, well, life is very simple. It's about converting negative to positive. So it's as easier said than done, but it's something you have to work on. Everyone has to work on all the time. It's not a given. It's not something we are born with, because we're more complex than that. See you in the next game. Sign out.